Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another session of politics in the car. And I do apologise, as I haven't been making as many videos lately. The whole pandemic, I haven't been able to get to the car as often. Well, restrictions are eased now, so I don't really have an excuse. But it's been challenging times for everyone, and I acknowledge that. But in today's video, I really wanted to focus on something that I don't feel that we're talking about. And at the moment, Australia is in this chaotic space where people are focusing on racism, and which is great, and it is important that we continue to do that, you know. And but I think, or I believe, it's taking away from the actual, main priority that we're facing. Everybody, regardless of race, religion, beliefs, we're all facing the current pandemic and the recession brought on from it. And I don't think people can understand the severity, or maybe we do, maybe we're just not talking about it, maybe we're being sidetracked by it. But if you're in the western suburbs, you're an essential worker, you're probably casualised workforce, and we're in the grips of a pandemic where you have to go to work, and it's hard. And look, I'm in a privileged position. I don't work in an essential service. My wife's a nurse, so I do have some concerns there. She's off on maternity leave at the moment, but well, thank you to everyone who's out there doing that. And I want to talk a bit about that, because there's discussion at the moment around our cases are growing, and it's because people weren't following chief health officer instructions about isolating. I think it's really hard for people in that situation to follow those orders, especially in the western suburbs. So if you look at the statistics and the data, the majority of people in the West work in essential services. So, checkouts, factories, your frontline work, the stuff that needs to continue to operate regardless of a pandemic or not. On top of that, it's a casualised workforce. People are working full-time hours and not getting benefits. So when you ask someone who is casualised to stay home and isolate for 14 days on minimum wage, if they get that, there's reports coming out that there's a lot of wage theft going on too. So if they get that casualised, you're asking them to choose between their health or being able to feed their kids and provide a roof over their kids' heads. Can we just pause for a moment and let's just think about the gravity of that situation? You're struggling to get by as it is, and you're being asked to sacrifice your welfare that you can't afford to do. And it's great now that Daniel Andrews is paying people, $1,500. But again, this is not a state issue. This is a federal issue. Morrison disappeared from the bushfires. Right? Everyone seems to have forgotten that at the moment. They just disappeared, didn't even do anything. Promised all this rebuilding, all these funds, everything for these communities. Where are they? He's not doing anything about it. And now, in the midst of a pandemic, the worst in 100 years, that's caused a recession, right? He's not providing financial support when he has the ATO, which is a federal government agency that we pay our taxes to for this kind of stuff, to band together as Australians, like we saw with the bushfire recovery, where we all chipped in, and then that money couldn't even go to the communities. And I'm concerned about the West. I'm concerned about my community, your community, and what's it going to mean going forward, because these cases will continue to grow while people are in the predicament of having to choose between feeding their kids, providing roof over their kids' heads, or the virus. If I was in that situation, I don't even know what I would choose. I'm in an extremely privileged position to be able to work from home. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't wake up and think, what about all those people? I'm lucky I'm here with my family. And it is hard, but I don't need to make a decision choosing between feeding my children and the health of my family. My decision is, I've got to work back tonight. Oh, wow, I've still got my job. Many people through this recession are about to lose their jobs. Come September, when JobKeeper ends, we're going to have a very, 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 very high unemployment rate, and there is no strategy or plan to stop that. There is no extension, phasing out. It's just cut it September. And I just, I don't know. It's hard. We need to do more. We need to stand up. And it's just how, I don't understand. As a politician, these people, right? How can they go to sleep at night knowing the people they serve are going hungry or about to go hungry? The devastation that is about to be caused, not by the pandemic itself, but the recession, is going to be huge. Anyway, everyone, that's my Wednesday thoughts, my hump day thoughts. I'll leave that with you for this week, and let's see how we go. Let's try and make some noise, and let's try and get some support, because we can't sit here and, we know September's the cliff. We know we're going over the edge. We need to do something. Have a good day, everyone. And I hope I haven't killed your Wednesday. You're doing a great job. Hang in there.